Hello, old friend. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Gaming Tuesday, and if you can't see, I'm surrounded by a horde of Nintendo 64 stuff. The reason I have my N64 collection on the table is because today I'm going to do my top 6 favorite N64 titles. So starting off, I have everything here from my original N64 that I got at the same time that I got a Game Boy, the first year that the N64 and the Game Boy Color were available in North America. Yes, everything here still works to date. Knock on wood. And I also have my original limited edition Nintendo 64 Donkey Kong Clear Jungle Green N64. Still in the box. I have played with it. I did save the box. Just gonna jump out here so I can show you. Everything's in here. Like I said, everything still works. That's one thing I love about the N64 is it works. See? Everything nice and green in the box. So anyways, back to the countdown. Now, out of the countless number of titles that the N64 had on it, I had a very difficult time narrowing down my top 6 favorite ones. I was going to do a top 5, and then I was going to do a top 10. But once I got to 5, I started thinking more about 10, and once I got to 10, I started getting to 20, and it just got too out of hand, so I figured I would narrow it down to 6 because it's N64, not N54, not 1054. 10-4, right? Okay, let's get going. Also, keep in mind, these are all my own personal opinion. If you have your own different favorite one, let me know by commenting down below. So, coming in at number 6 is the original Pokemon Stadium. Now, this game was awesome. The sequel was good, too. This was the first time you were able to take your Pokemon from your Game Boy and put them on your TV, other than just playing Pokemon on your TV. Just the fact that the first game came with the pack so you could stick your Game Boy cartridge into your N64 controller to put it on the TV was well worth the price itself. Other than that, this game provided countless hours of fun between battling against friends and also doing all the different mini games that they had here. I remember we used to sit here at my house, and all my friends that would come over before we went down to basketball practice, we would always play the different mini games on this game. So coming in at number 5 is our good friend Mr. Mario for the N64. Yes, I'm talking about Super Mario 64. I have 2 copies of this game because I loved it so much. It just sucked that there was no 2-player mode available in this game. This game was awesome. It gave me countless hours of fun, especially since you were able to go back to all the areas that you previously beat. There were new challenges and things along the way for you to collect. So, coming in at number 4 is probably one of my all-time favorite farming simulation games, at least ones that were available on console, and I'm talking about Harvest Moon 64. This is kind of like an obscene title, and you wouldn't have gone out of your way and picked it up if you didn't know what it was or you didn't see your friends playing it when you were a kid. I had no idea what this game was. It looked kind of childish when it had originally come out until I saw my friends playing it, and I just saw it was so cool. Basically, the concept of this game is you inherit your dead grandfather's farm that's going out of business, or it's just neglected, and you have to build it up, and along the way you meet different townsfolk, and you eventually meet like a girlfriend, and you do all these different activities. It's kind of like The Sims on N64. You don't have as much control over buildings and walls and stuff of that nature, but you do have a lot of options for customization on your farm. So coming in at number 3 is a game that I probably would not own if I did not go to the Big E. Lego Racer is a game I'm talking about. It comes into a very close tie with Star Wars Pod Racer, but I just had to put this game in front of that one due to the fact that you can customize your own Lego car, and there's so many different maps that you can race along. And for the number 2 spot, we're talking about The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I also have Majora's Mask, the special edition of it, but I just liked Ocarina more. I don't know if it was the fact that Majora's Mask was comprised down to, it was supposed to be, what, a 3-day period that you had to basically beat the game in, but the Ocarina of Time, I just felt like there was so much more space for you to explore, so many more things that you could do. Don't get me wrong, I like the masks in Majora's Mask. I thought that was a cool concept to the game, how you would change your shape and your abilities would change based on whatever mask you were wearing, but for the number 2 spot, Ocarina of Time gets the pick. So before we get to the number 1 spot, I wanted to show you guys a couple of games that didn't make it on the list. However, they do hold a very special place in my heart. The first one of these games is Diddykong Racing. This was just an awesome racing game, and I actually liked this one a little bit more than Mario Kart. Just the stuff you could do in here was more fluid, I felt. Another awesome racing game was this, Destruction Derby N64. This was just complete carnage, and this was a lot of fun on my multiplayer experience. And I wouldn't be able to do this list without including Shadows of the Empire and Rogue Squadron. Two awesome, amazing Star Wars games. Alright, so the number one spot, like I said before, this is my personal opinion, but it's gonna have to go to The World Is Not Enough. This game was just a go-to for every single time that I had friends over the house that we wanted to play a James Bond game or a shooter type of game. GoldenEye came in very, very close, but unfortunately the fact that this game seemed to have more maps and more things that you could do in it just made it a lot more interesting to me. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Gaming Tuesday. If you agree with my choices, let me know. If you have a different favorite N64 game, let me know that as well. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see everybody tomorrow for Adventure Wednesday. Peace.